Hello and welcome to episode 93 of my Wurm Unlimited tutorial series. This episode is going to be on meditating and the different paths that you can take once you get to 15 in meditation skill. This will be a two-part episode. In this first episode I will cover meditation and all of the things in between, and in the second part I will actually show you, once you get this for this example, for this series, I will demonstrate the path of love. So in the second part to this episode I will demonstrate the benefits of following the path of love. Right, okay, so wow, this is one of them subjects which is pretty deep, so I hope that you're sat comfortably and have got a cup of coffee, and you need to definitely empty your mind, because I'm gonna fill it up. So make like a sponge and get yourself comfy, because you're now going to get an overload of information. Let's start by asking you a simple question, or rather you ask yourself this question: is it worth me or you spending at least 3 months training meditation? Because on average that's what you'll be doing if you decide to choose a path. You will need to be committed. Well, when I say committed, you will need to most certainly focus on meditation. If you do not, you don't have to, but if you do not, it will take far longer to get any of the good rewards. Having said that though, I don't want to put you off, okay? That's not what this episode or episodes is going to be about. I want to encourage you to learn the meditation skill, because it can be fantastic if you do stick to it. Anyway, so there's the question: is it worth you spending all this time meditating? Well, one answer to that question is: do you like breeding pasture animals? If the answer is yes, then meditation is well worth your time. And I'm talking about the path of love with regards to that question, as no doubt you'll realise. But with this meditation skill, it will certainly take plenty of time. This is by no means a quick fix skill. This is for those that want an awesome skill but don't mind earning it, because at the end of the day, my friends, you're playing Wurm, and Wurm will teach you respect. What I'm going to show you is especially useful to those playing Wurm Online. I will show you why in part 2 of this episode, why it is especially useful for those that are playing Wurm Online. Okay, we will be meditating in order to eventually learn a path. For this series, like I say, it will be the path of love. But there are 4 other paths that you can choose from. We will have to meditate to get our meditation skill to 15. At 15 we will get to choose a path. Then we will keep meditating until we get to 20. At 20 we will be asked our first question on our chosen path. You will only get a chance of a question if you have 20 meditation skill and are meditating on a special tile for your chosen path. Question: how do you know if the tile you are on is special? Answer: as with all paths, meditating on a special tile gives the message, this is indeed a special place. After meditation is complete, and shows that you have found a special tile that belongs to a path. Oh, sorry, excuse me. I just knew I was going to sneeze. Forgive me for that. Right, okay, so right in the middle of trying to read that as well. So yeah, so what I'm saying is, okay, to break that down a bit, you meditate until you get to 15 skill. At 15 skill, meditation skill, you get to choose a path. When you get your meditation skill to 20, you then get your first question. Now, as you progress with your chosen path, you will be asked a series of questions. The more questions you answer right, the longer the gaps between the questions. Now, let me carry on because I'm going to explain that a bit better, hopefully, in a minute. The 5 paths are path of knowledge, path of power, path of insanity, that should have been my path of love, and finally the path of hate. They all have their own benefits. Just like being the priests, different priests have different spells. Well, with the different paths, you have different awesome benefits. I will show eventually you some for the path of love, like I say in part 2. Here are some points on meditation. Forgive me for the fact that the first part of this episode on meditation is just me talking, okay? There's no getting around that. What, you want me to do a dance or a jig or something to make it more interesting? I'm afraid not, because I need to concentrate on what I'm trying to explain to you. I don't want to read it like a robot and then it makes no sense. I want to read to you what I'm trying to explain, and at the same time trying to see if it's going to be understood or if there's something I need to elaborate on. So forgive me for the fact that I'm not doing a jig. Alright, I will move around a little bit like that, but that'll make you dizzy. Anyway, carrying on because I'm waffling. Okay, so here's some points on meditation. To meditate, drop a meditation rug on the ground, right click on it and choose nature, meditate. That will give you skill gain in meditation. And don't worry, this is the talking bit, but I'm going to get to the doing bit in a bit. So that's the first point. Second point, skill can be gained on any tile, but you have to move at least 10 tiles from the spot of the previous meditation. A successful meditation is completing the 2-minute meditation timer, but you will not necessarily gain skill every time. Right, okay, let's elaborate that point. So, if I had a meditation rug, dropped it on this tile and meditated, I cannot meditate again on this tile. What I have to do is move at least 10 tiles away. So what I will do is count 11 tiles, including the one that I just meditated on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is the next tile that I would have to meditate on. 10 tiles away. Now, here's the thing. So I meditated on that other tile back there, 10 tiles. What you can actually do is a square. So I meditated on that first tile. I walked 11 tiles this way, so 10 tiles away I can meditate here. Once I've meditated here, I can walk and on the 11th tile meditate in that direction, then walk and meditate 11 tiles in that direction, and then go back to my original tile there and meditate again. So I can do a continual circle. Hopefully you understand that, and that is made nice and simple for you now. Right, okay, so that's the second point. Third point, below 20 meditations, oh, why do I keep saying medication? I think I need some. I definitely need some. Anyway, back to meditation. Below 20 meditation skill, there is no time limit between skill gains. You only have to move 10 tiles between meditations. So that's why I say to you, you can just do a square, a giant square, 10 tiles. You meditate, then you walk 11 tiles away, so it's 10 tiles away from that first tile, meditate. Then you walk to your left and do the same, then left again, so you're doing a big square. Okay, so that's that point. Above 20 meditation skill, the chances to gain skill are limited to a few per day. All meditations need to be 30 minutes apart at least. So when you first meditate, this is only above, remember this is above 20 meditation. Below 20 meditation, there is no time limit. Okay, above 20 though, you have to wait 30 minutes between your meditations. Okay. Only 4 meditations per day can be less than 3 hours from the previous one. The message that you feel it will take you a while before you are ready to meditate again indicates the longer wait time. So you meditate 30 minutes apart for the first 4 meditations. After that, it's a longer period of time. The earliest you can join a meditation path is at 15 meditation skill. You can wait to join until 20 meditation skill, but you will not be able to gain further skill past 20 without joining a path. Does that sound a little familiar for when we was becoming a priest? Yes, there you go. This is the next point. Every 24 hours after a server restart, the counter is reset and you get 4 new chances at meditation. Now here's an example for you. Assume the server was restarted at 12 o'clock midday and you start meditating right away. The first 5 meditations can be done at 12 o'clock, 12:30, 1 o'clock, 1:30 and 1400. The next ones must be at least 3 hours past the previous one and are available at 1700, 2000 and 2300 or 11 o'clock, whatever. After getting some sleep bonus, you continue to meditate at 8 a.m. and 11 a.m. At 12 p.m. 24 hours after the server restart, the minimum spacing returns to 30 minutes again. There, I hope that now makes sense to you. The further along a path you are, the harder it becomes to get the question dialogues to appear. The chance to receive a question is determined by your meditation skill and the quality type of the rug you are using. The various rugs in order of increasing effectiveness are meditation rug, fine meditation rug, beautiful meditation rug, and lastly, exquisite meditation rug. If you fail to receive a question, you can simply keep meditating on the same special tile until you succeed. There is no need to move elsewhere or wait for 30 minutes. Now remember on that subject, in order for you to get a question, number 1, you have to have your meditation skill at 20 or higher, and number 2, you have to be on a special tile. Okay, now you're screaming at me, Gamester, you complete idiot. You haven't even told us what the special tiles are. Well, you know, give me a bit of time here. I'm trying to digest a lot of information and translate it across to you. So, for those impatient among you, here are the 5 special tiles. Number 1. Knowledge path tiles are usually found besides water and sand. Number 2. Power path tiles are usually found on flat tiles at high elevations, i.e. on mountains. Number 3. Insanity path tiles are usually found on flat tiles inside mines. Number 4. Hate path tiles are usually found on flat tiles with mycelium, with water nearby. Number 5. Love path tiles are usually found on flat or flattish grass with flowers and water nearby. Usually love tiles will be within 5 to 7 tiles from the shore. Okay, that brings me nicely to the first thing that I want to show you. Because you're asking this question to me right now, I can feel it, I can sense it. I mean, you know, I must be a little telepathic. Well, alright, I'm insane and believe I'm telepathic. But anyway, here's my point. See how Rainstorm's put nicely, please do not cut the flowers. There's a very good reason for that. Okay, let's try to explain this. Now, I've just listed off to you 5 special tiles, one for each of the paths that you can follow. Now, for this series, my chosen path is the path of love. Well, it has to be, doesn't it? Come on. The gamester's not a hater, he loves people. Anyway, so in the path of love, okay, the special tile, it's just told you, needs to be near water, flat or flattish, with flowers. So I'll tell you now, okay, that down here in this enclosed area where there happens to be a rug on the ground, see, a cotton meditation rug, this is a special tile, okay, for the path of love. This is the special tile. It has flowers on it and it's near water. How far is it from the water? Because that's why some of you are watching this series. You want the finer details. Okay, so this special tile is 1, 2, 3. Well, that tile has water on it. So this is actually 2 tiles away from the water. Okay, so 2 tiles on ground, the 3rd tile is water. So there's the facts for you. That's where the special tiles start. Now it could be that that's a special tile, we haven't checked. You see, this is an area that Rainstorm made. This special path of love area was not here before. Rainstorm made it. So with me telling you that, you should now realise that of them 5 special tiles that I've just read to you, you can create all of them. So depending on which path you choose, you can then create your special tile yourself. So it is somewhere convenient for you. So if you're following the path of love like myself and Rainstorm, you will flatten out an area near water, and what you will do is blanket every tile near the water in, say, let's say a 5 by 5. From the water's edge, 5 by 5 in a square, you will cover every tile with flowers. And then what you will do, once you get to 20 meditation, you will place a rug down in the center of that 5 by 5, or you can place it on the 3rd ground tile away from water, and then meditate. If it's a special tile, you will get the message telling you that it's special that I read to you earlier. So if you've skipped that, that's your own problem. You'll need to rewind and go back to where I've told you that. Although let me just check, have I actually told you that message yet? Yeah, I have, because I asked you the question, how do you know if you're on a special tile? So yeah, I did answer that. Oh, what am I trying to do? I'm trying to get myself all confused, but it's not going to work, and it's not going to happen. Right, okay, so that's the 5 special types of tiles that you remember. Why do you need special tiles? You need a special tile if you want to get a question. You don't need a special tile if you want to train your meditation, okay? But once you get to 20 in meditation, You have to choose a path, otherwise you can't get any more skill in your meditation. So let's have a look. Meditation is under nature. So there we go. And meditating is there. And you see I haven't done any yet. So you'll meditate anywhere you like, but you must remember to do it 10 tiles away from the first tile that you was on. So you'd meditate, then count 11 tiles and do it on the 11th tile to be on the safe side. You get it to 15, choose your path, get it to 20, then you come to your special tile and meditate in the hope of getting your first question. That is why this skill will take you a minimum of over 2 months to get to where you want to get to, whatever special ability you want, because the more questions you get right, the longer the gaps between the questions. Okay, moving on before you fall asleep. For those of you that have fallen asleep, sweet dreams. Anyway, moving on. So then now let's have an overview of all what I've just said. Okay, I know I'm repeating myself, but it's simply because meditation and the paths can all be confusing. I'm trying to make it very simple for you. So here's an overview. You meditate until you get to 15 in meditation skill. Once you get to 15 in meditation skill, the next time you meditate, you will get a window pop up asking you to choose a path. You choose your path. In this series, I've chose the path of love. Okay, so you choose your path at 15. When you get to 20 in meditation, you then, when you meditate on a special tile, there's a chance, not guaranteed, but there is a chance that a question will appear. Okay, and this is the thing, it's random. The question is random. Not every single time you meditate, but remember what it said. If you fail to get the question, once you get to 20 in meditation, keep meditating on that same special tile and eventually you will get your first question. You then will be presented with a question and it will have 5 possible answers. Now, I am not here to ruin Wurm for you, in no shape or form. I am here to help you and help you understand the finer things in Wurm. What I am not here to do is game spoil. So I won't be giving you the answers. That's not what this series is about. Okay? I didn't get the answers. I did it the fair long way. And it took me about a year when I did it in Wurm Online. So just think yourselves lucky. Anyway, so just to cut long story short, when you meditate at 20, you keep doing it until you see a question. You answer the question. You have 5 possible answers. You choose one. You pray it's correct. And I'm not talking about priests. So you pray it's correct. If you get it right, you then, when you get question number 1 correct, you will have to wait roughly 1 real life week before you get the next question. And when you get question 2 correct, you are going to have to wait even longer before the next question. Hence why I said to you earlier, it will take between 2 to 3 months to get to where you want. Now I'm talking only about level 7. If you want to go further than that, then it's going to take much longer. The choice is yours. This is beautiful Wurm. You're going to earn whatever you get. Trust me on that. Okay, so there we are. I hope that I've explained that easily enough for you to understand. Now, why did I say 7 as an example? Well, I said 7 as an example because if you choose the path of love, and trust me when I tell you, you should all be reading up on the path of love. Why? Well, I'll just give you 2 words. Enchanting grass. Once you get that skill, if you're in Wurm Online, you can make a fortune with it, although it is limited to only being able to enchant. Yeah, let's tell you about that now so you don't get disappointed with it. If you do the Path of Love and you manage to be an awesome person who gets to tier 7, you get a skill called Enchanting Grass, which I'm going to show you in the second part. The only thing about it is you can only do 1 tile a day. Okay, so don't think that you can come into this pen, click enchant, and the whole area will be enchanted. Only 1 tile per day. That's all I'm going to say about it. I will explain it again in the next episode, which will be part 2 to this one. Okay, so going back to getting the questions. So that's if you get the questions right. But what happens if you get a question wrong? Well, I'm afraid you will then have to wait. So let's say it's the first question, question number 1, and you answer it incorrectly. You will then have to wait a random amount of time before you get another question. So could be a week, could be a day. Maybe let me know in a comment. And on that subject, I covered dyes, didn't I, previously? If any of you discover a new colour by combining the dyes, like the Rainstorm has done, she's done a wonderful job. She's told everyone how to create gold dye and another colour dye, I believe. But if you discover any new colours that I've not mentioned, or Rainstorm's not mentioned, then under the dye episode, please make sure it's the dye episode, because there's no point in spreading it around like a needle in a haystack. Stay relevant. In the dye episode, leave a comment and let us know how you make that colour, and it will benefit everyone else who visits that dye episode. Anyway, I'm drifting. Let's get back to meditation. So yeah, if you get a question wrong, random amount of time, you'll have to wait before you can get it again. It's not all bad. There is no failing. You just have to wait a certain amount of time to try again. Now, if it was a nasty, harsh game, if you failed, that would be it. It's not. This is the wonderful Wurm. And you may get the question wrong, you may have to wait a week, but at least you can try again. And I certainly hope you will, because it's definitely worth it. Okay then, so that's all of the talking and waffling done, although I think hopefully you'll appreciate the waffle did have information in it. Right, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start by making ourselves a meditation rug. In order to do that, we're going to need 1.5 kilograms of strings of cloth and a loom. So here we are in front of the loom. So let's make ourselves a meditation rug. Okay, we're going to use the recipe window. Why not? Make life easy on ourselves. I'll type in rug and let's have a look, see what we've got. Right, okay, so there's the first one, meditation rug, then fine meditation, then exquisite, and then beautiful. Notice the skill they're going to use is cloth tailoring, and I wanted to show you the difficulty. So meditation rug, if we add that, and if we add the loom, okay, here we go, that's what I wanted to show you. Right, okay, so you're going to use cloth tailoring, so I hope you've been training up on your cloth armour. And over here you can see the rugs. We're going to start on the meditation rug. Now my cloth tailoring skill, so under tailoring, my cloth tailoring is 43.40, and look at that, the first and simplest one is still only 57%. Do not think you're going to be making a beautiful one anytime soon, although you might get lucky. The gamester's not lucky, so he's going to stick to the first one, the meditation rug. Now what I will do is, I've not shown you this before, Rainstorm was kind enough to remind me. People have left comments in the past telling me this, but me, oh, there's the timer. You know what, I'm ignoring it. I don't want to break this episode up. So here we go. So Rainstorm reminded me of this, and thank you to all of you out there that mentioned it in the past. Sorry I'm too dense to have actually digested what you were saying, but here it is. When you've got something like this that requires 1.5 kilograms of the material, but the material is all separated into 0.20s, what you do, just drag and drop the load onto the crafting window, and then this button here, combine, left click, and it combines them all together for you, you see. Or the other way I was showing you is double click the second one. Yeah, but there you go, much nicer way. Thank you, Rainstorm. You eventually got through to my thick mind. Right, okay, so there we are. Let's now create the meditation rug. Okay, there we go, nice and simple. We got ourselves a rug. Now I will improve that rug up, but I'm not going to waste your time doing that now. Instead, let's show you. It's all well and good me telling you, but unless I'm showing you, it's not complete. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to meditate on this first tile here. Okay, so let's drop the rug. This is how you meditate. So we drop it on the ground. There it is. In the tile. We right click on the rug. We go to nature and meditate. Do that. You see the timer. If we come down here to the skills, to nature and meditation, we're watching that skill. So as you can see, it's a 2-minute timer. I am very sorry that this is going to be a long episode, but you know what? And this meditation is worth it. The skill is worth it. I can't spread it into part 2 because part 2 I'm going to be going into Wurm Online. So I haven't got a pause button. Maybe in the future, maybe if I ever get to enough subscribers, I might be in a position to actually get some software where I get a pause button. I guess that's if I survive as a YouTuber. So there we go. If I make it, then I'll treat myself and you to a pause button in the future, maybe. Okay, so we're just waiting for this to get to 2 minutes, and we will observe our skill gain. In Wurm Unlimited, remember, skills tend to go up quicker. That's at the default setting. If you set it even higher, well, I wouldn't recommend it. It's too bordering on too fast, the skills, leaving it at default. Anyway, here we go. We're nearly there. Takes 2 full minutes though every time you meditate. But you see the text that appears. You fall into a trance. You feel the earth and what walks on it. Sometimes when you right click, go to nature and meditate, you'll fail. And it tells you down here, and then it'll tell you down here if that you fail. What you have to do is just right click and meditate again, and till you see it go on the 2-minute timer. But I'm hoping to show you that with the next one. Okay, so there we go. See, we jumped up too. Right, so what we do now, you can either do, you've got one of 2 options. You can leave a rug on this tile, count 11 tiles further, drop a rug on that tile, count 11 tiles to the left of that, drop a rug on that tile, and then count 11 tiles south of that and drop a rug on that tile. So you've got a square. That'll save you a lot of aggravation. But what I'm going to do is take that rug. Now count 11 tiles, so, well, including this tile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's show you what happens if you don't do the correct amount of tiles. So we drop the meditation rug on the ground. We right click, nature, meditate. You start meditating. Notice it does not stop us from meditating. And notice it failed like I said it might, but let's do it again. Now notice the 2-minute timer is going to go. It's not telling us, oh wait a minute, it is in fact, you recently meditated here. Now that's because we haven't gone 10 tiles away, so we'll take it. That was 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So what we'll do now is drop the tile, the rug here, and try again. Okay, so you see, if you try to do it too close, it will tell you. And notice that you can fail, so you just try again. And try again. And try again. Notice you don't get any skill gain for the failures. And try again. There you go. See, sometimes it can take many failures, but eventually, and you see, because I'm far enough away, I've now got the full meditation. Don't worry, I'm not leaving you here for another 2 minutes while that happens. Okay, that's it for this part. In the next episode, I will show you the rewards for your efforts in joining the path of love. Although, I tell you now, for those of you playing Wurm Unlimited, what you can now do is create 5 alts and put 1 on each path. Yes, you could be as mad as me, but actually, having said that, not even I'm that insane, because doing the path of love took me long enough. Like I say, for my Wurm Online character, it took me 12 months. It's because I was sloppy and I didn't have an excellent series like... Alright, I'm kidding. I didn't have a series like this to follow, with all the information put in one place for me. I had to... This was the old days and it was a nightmare. Anyway, I waffle, I digress, I stray. So, getting back, that's it for this episode. See you in the next part, where we'll have a bit of fun with the path of love. Wherever you are in the world, God bless you and keep every last one of you safe. Thank you for watching and have a fantastic day. I hope you enjoyed this episode on meditation. Goodbye.